Man, and I thought squares were hard to deal with in Foundry. Hexes are nuts. Trying to get that right size was a pain in the butt. I finally got it though. So, yeah. Last week we were playing Tomb of the Serpent King. That's pretty scary.
I even put some...
Yeah.
Close.
Close now. There you go.
Okay, how do I get to my... That's terrifying, right?
Yep.
I like the music though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's not really Halloween, but I like it. It's creepy.
Yeah, you're a creep.
I did like see something. Trying to go for a Krampus vibe or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I decided to make like... Even I was looking for a Christmas one, but I passed the Grinch apparently.
Yep.
That song. All the Krampus stuff. Back to song.
All right, I'm recording right now, buddy. Hi. All right, let's start that over, I guess. So, let's see. A couple days ago, last week, what is it? Almost a week ago, we played Tomb of the Serpent King using Into the Odd rules. We finished off kind of the last part of it. I was not prepared to start Mothership. I lagged. It's my fault. I kind of knew that we would finish out Tomb of the Serpent King and hoped that character creation would take a little longer, but it didn't. We all kind of banged through it. It was helpful that 2 other people had gone through it. Everybody, there were 3 of us there. Two of them had the book. The other person didn't, so I could go through them with it. Yeah, so it was pretty easy. Distraction. Sorry. Yeah, it was pretty good though. We kind of finished out Tomb of the Serpent King. They didn't get to meet the Snake Lich, which is fine. It's probably better that way. That way they get out with their riches, right? That's kind of the old school way. Know when you're on the downslide and stay out of that spiral. Basically what happened is we met some more goblins, and this time I rolled a scared reaction roll. So they fled. And then there was a bit of like communication started, but the king was struck down quickly. After that, the rest of the goblins cowered to the person who struck down the king, and Tom became the new Goblin King. So there was some joking around with that, and it all ended on a pretty humorous note. After that, there was only 2 places to explore. One they thought went back to the beginning, and one they thought went to the treasure room. So they went to the treasure room, and I said that was it. Then we rolled up Mothership characters, and I'm pretty excited to get into Mothership. I got the Inferno trilogy. I've got them right here, I believe. Let's see here. Yeah, I've got Wrath of God, the Drain, and Meat Grinder. All good stuff. I love these little pamphlet things they've been doing. They're really cool. They're basically a whole adventure on a pamphlet. It came with a PDF with stuff I could print out for the table. And of course the zines. These are great. This is actually a funnel, but we're not going to use it as a funnel probably. And this is yeah, something special. Something special for the end. So I think these aren't going to take too long. Hey, look at the art on this thing. Green screen's fucking it up. But it's sweet, sweet art. Yeah, it's good stuff. I am excited to get them going on this, and I'm excited to play some Mothership. I could probably make these things take 1 session if I rush them through it. 2 sessions might be okay, though. it gets grimmer and grimmer and grimmer. So it's kind of a nice slow descent into the insanity that is Meat Grinder. And I'm excited to run it. I'm setting it up in Foundry right now. I've got some stuff started in Foundry. Later, I'll probably be working on that as prep. And wow, I don't got much to say this week, huh? Yeah, so I guess we could talk about something else, right? Okay, let's grab something out of the ether that I like to talk about. How about maybe experimenting with new systems? My group is very used to 5e, but they trust me as a dungeon master. So I think that whatever I pick, they will try without hesitation. I mean, if I brought something crazy to the table like Pony Finder, I'm sure I'd get some shit, but I bet they'd still play. So this is a great time for me. I get to explore all these systems that I've bought. I have a shelf full of, well, most of it's OSR stuff, but I've got a virtual folder full of crap that I've wanted to get to the table for a long time, and a lot of it is OSR. So I've been thinking about maybe just running a bunch of short campaigns, run a couple, OSR level 1 to 5s, pop through a couple of these things that I've got laying around. Silver Axe is something, green screen, something that I'd really like to get to the table. I haven't finished it. Operation Unfathomable is something I'd like to get to the table. I need to finish reading Odysseus Uplands. But I think that could work in with some stuff. I've got more concern in. I've got a bunch of Hydrocopter stuff. I got a bunch of Hills Kenton stuff that I'd like to get through. I've just got a lot of really good stuff that I think would go well at the table. And a lot of it is more my style than the 5e stuff that's coming out. Which means less heavy modifications for me, more fun interpretations for me. So yeah, I don't have a list of what we're going to go through yet. Something I think I've talked about is Night's Black Agents a lot. That is my next read. I need to finish that up and make sure I got the system down. Gumshoe is pretty easy though. I think it's all just G6. 4 or better or 5 or better is a success. I wonder if they have Foundry Night's Black Agents. Something I'll have to look into. But that's one thing that I am seeing problems with is Foundry systems. And really, like I said with Electric Bastionland, it's so light that we don't need to really interact with it much, you know? But there's things we want to see, right? We want to see hit points on tokens and stuff like that. So Troika is one that I'm looking at, and it's not really a D20 system. It's based on Advanced Fighting Fantasy, from what I understand. And it's like, I think it's a combination of percentile. I think I'm mixing this up with something else, but I think it's a combination of percentile and D20. So it's not represented in Foundry. And I don't know how much of the system I need represented in Foundry and how easy Sandbox is to use. For Troika, Initiative is insane. It is basically you put 2 chits in a bag for every character. 1 chit per enemy. You can limit that to twice the number of characters, I believe. And then an end of turn chit. And as the combat continues, you pull Oh, excuse me, I got something in my throat. I'm gonna die. Oh.
I know all the rest of them are art.
I think that's just videos you recorded.
Yeah, like this one. Don't. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Alright, I'm still recording, buddy. So as combat continues, you pull a single chit out, and that's who's next. If it's the end of turn, you collect all the chits back up, make sure that you don't have any extra monsters in there, throw them back in the bag, shake it up, and start again. So if you don't get a chit pulled, you don't get a combat turn. And it's an interesting system, definitely. Odds are you're going to get at least one turn. But that's not easily, it's not represented in Foundry. It's an easy fix by using a table. But if there was something set up for it, it's much easier, right? So if I have to, I mean, I don't think it's going to be that hard. It's something that I'm concerned about. It's something that gives me pause. So I'm looking at Troika next for the system after Knights Black Agents. I want to run Blades in the Dark, but I'm really scared of Blades in the Dark. I think that I just need to jump in and run it. I've watched John Harper run it, and it doesn't seem that difficult. Like, the problem I usually come across is getting stuck in story. So I would like it if there was a story I could run. So I'm probably going to be on the lookout for that. That's what I'm looking for Knights Black Agents too, just so I can, because I'm not sure how to set up a session of Knights Black Agents, right? Right? I can do a D&D session, right? That was my problem with Shadowrun. I could set up a D&D session, but that D&D session didn't feel quite right in Shadowrun. So I just never ran Shadowrun because there were plenty of games and we had plenty of people to run stuff. So I never got better at it. That is a concern of mine, but it's more imposter syndrome, that ghost that follows me around. So I think that once I get under the system, it can start lifting for me, and me not be so scared of it. Blades in the Dark is super intimidating, though. I've heard a lot of people say that, Mike Shea included. So yeah, I would. I probably want to watch a couple Blades in the Dark APs. I need to find out if there's a Knights Black Agents AP. That might be interesting. Something to put on the list. But again, I don't have much to talk about this week, so it's going to be a super short episode. In fact, I bet all the rest of the junk... Hey, buddy, you just interrupted me, though. Can you not do that? What? What? Learning with Bibby? I don't even remember what I was saying. What the hell was I saying? Yeah, I don't have much to say, so it's going to be a short one this week. In fact, all the bumpers and everything else is probably going to be a little longer. Hey, I'm still trying to raise money for charity, so I think I'm 60% of the way there to 100. So I'd love it if you guys click the link in the description below and go ahead and donate to Child's Play. Yeah, that's all for me. That's all the nuggets I got. Talk to you guys next week. All right, I'm going to stop streaming and change the titles, and I will be